Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Today is May 1st, 2015. I'd like to address the issue that's happening in Baltimore the last few days, and to give an example of a past literary reference that might help. In 1987, Gene Roddenbury started the second series of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It was Episode 1, Encounter at Farpoint. In the episode, one planet was petitioning to join the Federation, and the crew was sent to examine the planet. However, another life form was sent also to examine their existence and to challenge their past. And the life form that they met was Q. Some people may consider him a jerk. Some people may consider him other things. Some people may consider him disruptive, which he was, but basically in a good way. However, at one point they became arrogant about their past and not acknowledging their past. So Q basically had them put through a trial as to with the important question: is humanity a childlike and savage race? And there's only one answer. At the time, my father was alive when we were watching this, and my father was very enthused that we watched this together. And when the commercial break came, he asked me what the answer would be, because there's only one answer that was allowed by Q in his court where he was judged, jury, and executioner. Well, in regard to Baltimore, the issue and protest in regard to civil rights and how people are treated relates to this answer, because current generations are not responsible for what past generations have done. Neither their wars or basically what the ancestors have done. For example, in the war between the states, that I've worked with many people from the South and have become good friends, and they have moved forward from that and realized the mistakes made and have changed. However, the same issue exists in the North, that basically with the civil rights movement, it's one thing to express civil rights, it's another thing to act stupid or act as thugs or gang members. Civil rights is either respected by all or it's not practiced by none. In terms of gender identity, color, race, creed, religion. But getting back to the question was, I posted this episode on my Facebook, but the issue is, what the question was, is humanity a childlike or savage race, which also relates to Baltimore. And Picard's answer was yes, conditionally. And what the condition was, hopefully at that time, by the 23rd century, we would have learned that basically not to hold hatred over past generations for past war or for past abuses. You base an action based on the current generation, not on the past. And the same thing needs to be learned in Baltimore as well. Yes, there may have been past things occurred, but what's important is what's happening now in the present. And current generations are not to blame for past abuses. My family and I supported Father Grappi in fair housing also. I and my fiance both sat at the back of the bus many times, and sometimes we use it as our primary form of transportation. But acting like thugs and hoodlums, no. That's why I agree with President Obama when he spoke, and I'm glad he did. But we do need to have the UN and the Senate pass a resolution that basically current generations cannot be blamed for past abuses. And also, we need to also follow the example that Governor Lowner did in regard to the issue of overrepresentation, which is reverse discrimination. It's one thing to offer equal opportunity, but reverse discrimination is just as bad as discrimination itself. So basically, for certain types of programs, I mean, the one issue about based on percentage of population, that's fine. So everyone can get an equal share, because the issue of reverse discrimination still passes the hurt forward. We need to move past this. And I've known many people from many cultures, and I know this is not the belief of many cultures what the violence that is done in Baltimore, and I don't support it. And I'm really surprised that some leaders that came to Baltimore to get the glory in the limelight, they really have forgotten the mission since they worked with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. There's one thing I do respect of the Black Panthers was they were the first ones who established food share service, free emergency medical in areas that wasn't served. And that was a great thing that Malcolm X's group did do before it became violent. But the thing is, the current generation needs to realize they need to restudy the history, because there are many people that wish for everyone to move forward. But if they're going to be stupid and violent things like this, it's like Hugh said in Farpoint, then they are guilty of being a childlike and savage race. I'm sorry for feeling emotional about this, but I do, because I wish to see the world move forward. Thank you for listening.